Chairman, sir, it is 5 p.m. and we have got the quorum. So I'll request if you can start the meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Dinesh. Ladies and gentlemen, good day, good evening. It's 5 p.m. and we'll start the meeting. I'm Ashank Desai, Chairman of the Board of your company. I welcome all of you on this 42nd AGM. This meeting is being held through video conference in accordance with the circulars issued by regulators. The company has ensured that members have been provided with adequate facility to watch, participate in AGM, and also to vote on the resolutions. Company Secretary has informed me that we have sufficient members participating in this meeting. So I therefore confirm the quorum and declare the meeting open. I am pleased to note that all the members have been made aware in advance about the electronic remote voting as required under Companies Act 2013. Further, the members have been provided the facility to cast their vote electronically on all resolutions set forth in the notice that we have sent you. Members who have not yet cast their vote can also do it today and are participating in this meeting can start casting their votes through the e-voting system provided by NSDL. I now request Dinesh Kalani to read out the arrangements and information related to the meeting.
Good evening, dear members. I would like to draw the attention of the members to a few important points. The joining to the meeting has been open 30 minutes before the scheduled time of the commencement of the meeting. Members are encouraged to join the meeting through their laptops with their headphones on for a better experience and use the internet having good speed to avoid the disturbance during the meeting. Participants connecting from mobile devices or tablets or through laptops connecting via mobile hotspots may experience an audio-visual loss due to fluctuation in their respective networks. It is therefore recommended to use stable Wi-Fi or LAN connection to mitigate any aforesaid glitches. As mentioned in the notice, the facility of participation in the AGM through audio-visual means has been made available for up to 1,000 members on a first-come, first-served basis, except for promoters, institutional investors, KMPs, the chairperson of the Audit Committee, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and Stakeholders Relationship Committee, and the auditors who will be allowed to attend the AGM without any restrictions. Pursuant to the MCA circular dated 8th of April 2020 issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the facility to appoint a proxy to attend and cast votes for the members is not available for this AGM. However, the body corporates are entitled to appoint authorized representatives to attend the AGM through video and other audiovisual means to participate and cast their votes through e-voting. The registered office of the company situated at Ahmedabad shall be deemed as the venue for this meeting, and the proceedings of the AGM shall be deemed to be made thereat, while transacting the business as mentioned in the notice dated July 18, 2024. We have received a request from Mr. Dilip Kumar, a member registered as a speaker at this AGM. He has been provided a specific link to log into the meeting, and we shall be requesting him to speak once the chairman directs the same. The company has also provided an option to members to raise questions or queries through chat box during the AGM. All members joining the AGM will by default be placed on the mute mode, and during the question and answer session, on the announcement of the name by the company secretary or chairman, the speaker member will be unmuted. With the requirements of the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, the secretarial standards and the SEBI listing regulations, the facility to vote on the business items to be transacted at this AGM by electronic means was already provided through remote e-voting from 9 a.m. IST on September 17 till 5 p.m. IST on September 19, 2024. Remote e-voting facility was blocked at 5 p.m. IST on September 19. Members who have not yet cast their votes electronically and are participating in this meeting will have an opportunity to cast their votes during the meeting through the e-voting system provided by NSDL. The e-voting system will also be available for additional 15 minutes immediately after the agenda items have been transacted. Members can click on the vote tab on the video conference screen to avail of this feature. All of you are requested to send in advance your query about the resolution provided in the AGM notice and other matters relating to the annual report. In this meeting, we will also be responding to the questions which are received through chat box during the meeting. We are keen to hear your suggestions, inputs, and comments on the company's performance, but we request that you stick to the matters relating to the AGM notice, annual report, and accounts only. Any queries on the company or its operations that remain unanswered in the meeting today will be responded in due course. We trust that you have already received the annual report and the notice of the AGM containing the resolutions to be voted on. The register of directors, key manager personnel, and the register of contracts and arrangements where the directors are interested remains accessible for members for inspection electronically if they so desire, together with all other documents referred to in the notice. You may send an email request on the email ID provided in the notice, and the company secretary will organize an electronic inspection of those registers. With this, I now hand over to the chairman to conduct the proceedings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dinesh, for reading out the arrangement. Dear members, as you all may know that apart from being the chairman of the board, I am also the member of audit committee and CSR committee and the chairman of the risk management committee and governance committee of the company. I am attending from Mumbai and will be chairing this meeting today. On behalf of the board of directors and the company, it's my privilege to welcome you all to the 42nd AGM of the Mastek Limited conducted through video conferencing. To begin with, I hope all of you and your families are well and safe. I look forward to your cooperation as we proceed with the meeting agenda. I would like to introduce to you my colleagues on the board. Appearing on the screen, I would request each member to acknowledge when I introduce them. So first, I would like to introduce Rajiv Kumar Grover, non-executive and independent director, attending this meeting from Gurugram. He is also the chairman of the audit committee, CSR committee, and member of NOMREM committee and risk management governance committee of the board.
Namaskar.
Thanks, Rajiv. We also have Mr. Ketan Mehta, non-executive, non-independent director and co-founder of the company. He is attending this meeting from Rishikesh, India. He is also the chairman of the stakeholder relationship committee and member of NOMREM committee of the board. Ketan?
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Ketan. I now introduce Suresh Vaswani, non-executive and independent director of the company. He is attending this meeting from Dallas, USA. He is the chairman of NOMREM committee and member of audit committee and stakeholder relationship committee of the board.
Namaste.
Thank you, Suresh. Moving on, I now introduce Umang Nahata, non-executive and non-independent director of the company. Additionally, he is holding the position of Global CEO Mastek Group after the resignation of Hiral Chandrana on August 7th this year. Mr. Umang is attending this meeting from Ahmedabad. He is also a member of Risk Management and Governance Committee, Stakeholder Committee, and CSR Committee of the board.
Namaskar, everyone.
Okay. I now introduce Arun Agarwal, our Group CFO, joining from Mumbai.
Namaskar, everyone, dear shareholders.
You have already heard Dinesh Kalani, Company Secretary.
Hello, namaste.
Thanks. Mr. Perin Shah and Chintan Shah, the representatives of statutory auditors, Walter and Chadiok and Company, and Mr. Prashant Mehta from P. Mehta and Associates, secretarial auditors, and senior executives of the company have also joined this meeting from Mumbai and other places. Please note that all participants will remain muted unless requested to speak during the meeting. Now, let me highlight a few other aspects of the meeting. So I will now talk about my few aspects of about the company very quickly. As you know, overall, the global economy has proved to be surprisingly resilient. Economic growth has been 3%, but as you know, there are dark clouds of wars in Middle East and Russia and so on, which does have some impact. But we also have a positive news from Fed that they have cut the interest rate by 50 BPS. However, specifically looking at global IT industry, the technology industry thrived as companies hastened their digital transformation endeavors. Uncertainties of FY22 caused a drop in consumer spending. The difficulty continued in FY23 also, resulting in a slight decline in global tech spending, and which affected Indian IT industry also. I'll soon talk about that. However, demand for software and IT remained strong, and Global tech spending experienced a slower growth in 23, 4.4%, mainly due to decline in hardware and enterprise software and IT services spending. According to the latest forecast for this year, the IT services industry will grow at 7.1% compared to 4.9%, and software industry will grow at 12.6 versus 11.5. So we are seeing a small growth moving upwards compared to last year. As you know, IT industry obviously for the same reason of slowdown last year went through a difficult growth rates and lower growth rates last year. The industry as a whole uh, just grew by 6.4% year on year, which is much, much lower than the growth rate IT industry has been growing over last many years. In fact, if you look at top 25 companies, they grew only by 4.9%. So that has been the overall industry. We will talk about our performance soon. Give me just few minutes. Coming back to Mastek now, we, as you know, have multiple things to offer in the IT industry. We first offer large services to decomplify in digital services. So our digital transformation strategy focuses on accelerating our clients' digital transformation journey, streamlining software deployment, enhancing business value towards positioning them in ever evolving digital area. And to do that, we offer many services like digital engineering, Oracle cloud services, Salesforce, data, and AI. We also are organized around industry verticals. Drawing on our deep industry verticals, we cater to diverse range of sectors, including public and private sectors, as well as emerging needs in healthcare and life sciences, manufacturing, industrial, and financial services. Of course, everyone talks about AI, and we talk about decomplexifying AI, that as I have spoken in my annual report. So Mastek is leading the charge in integrating generative AI into its solutions. We are working quite a lot of effort in enhancing digital engineering, cloud modernization, and customer experience through AI. Our recent collaboration with Microsoft underscores our commitment, and we also have some a partnership with NVIDIA recently. Some of these show our interest and our investment in AI, which is tomorrow's technology and tomorrow's demand for services. So we are well placed in terms of our overall offering. I would like to comfort our shareholders. But coming back to the performance now, if you look at our annual performance, as you know, last 23-24, we grew by 19% in terms of revenue. As I told you, that was much faster than the industry. Industry grew at 6.4, as I told you. And in fact, top 25 grew only by 5%. So we have grown almost 3 times plus industry growth rate, which has been very heartening for all the effort that we have taken to grow organically and inorganically. But I would urge that just 1 year is not enough. You should look at 4 year journey, because that gives a better idea of what we are up to. And I would like to quickly spend some time on 4 year growth rates. If you look at our 4 year growth rate, we have grown almost 23% in terms of our revenue growth, compound annual growth rate, whereas industry has grown only at 12%, which means we are almost kind of increased. Sorry, let me correct. We have grown at 28.9% over last 4 years, compound annual growth rate of our total income, whereas the industry has grown at 12%, and top 25 have grown at 11%. Effectively, what has happened is over 4 years, we have grown at twice the rate and more than twice the rate, and we have doubled our share in the industry. You will be happy to note that. Our profits also have grown at 28.6%, whereas industry has been growing at only 8.6%. There has been a pressure over last 4 years on profits, thanks to our strategy of improving profits by cost saving as well as acquiring good companies. Our profit has grown at 28%. And the best part that you would be very happy to hear that our market cap has grown at a 100% growth rate over last 4 years. If I take last 4 years, we have multiplied ourselves 16 times in terms of market cap. So I'll give you, the industry has grown only at 23% over those 5 years. So 23% growth in market cap, whereas we have grown at 100%. So almost 4 to 5 times faster growth rate in terms of return to our shareholders. That gives me a great pleasure that we are well placed to move ahead in our journey. And that's where I'll spend just few more minutes now in terms of what we want to do moving ahead. So Mastek is not only about, as you know, profits and revenues, but giving back to society. So we have a CSR spend which has also grown almost 3 to 4 times over last 4 years. We are following ESG strategy, and looking forward, of course, we would like to reach our target of 1 billion in the second half of this decade. We would like to grow. We would like to remain at top 3 amongst all mid-cap companies in terms of growth and performance. Those are the targets that we have set ourselves, and we are committed to make that happen. I would just like to spend last few minutes on board changes. I am pleased to inform you that Marilyn Jones has joined us as independent director. So is Umang Nahata. I would like to extend my gratitude to Preeti Rao, who retired this year after 10 long years with us. Umang Nahata, of course, has joined now also as interim group CEO. He will take over the charge till we get a new CEO. And we thank, of course, Siral Chandrana, who left after 3 years, for his contribution to the company. We wish him well in his future journey. So I think this is broadly what I want to talk about. But I have Umang Nahata, who is our interim CEO. I would request him to talk something more specific about some of our strategies in this year's priorities. Umang, can you take it up?
Thank you, Ashank. Thanks a lot. Again, namaskar and warm welcome to all the shareholders and members of Mastek. Ashank spoke about the phenomenal journey that we've had over the last 4 years in terms of growing the business across all key parameters, revenue, profit, as well as market cap. Looking forward, as we look at the business ahead, AI and Gen AI clearly is the most important wave that our industry is currently seeing. And IT as an industry, as you know, is formed out of these waves. And as we ride these waves, it makes phenomenal changes in terms of the market leaders and disrupts a few players. We clearly see this as an important wave. And we also believe the core genesis of Mastek, which has been in deep engineering, will give us a phenomenal advantage of riding a wave that is largely engineering driven. We continue to look at data and AI as our most important focus area for developing the future, and investing significantly in that area to grow our business and meet our objectives, which is becoming $1 billion plus in the second half of the decade, as well as continuing to be amongst the top 3 of the mid-market IT services companies in India. Beyond data and AI, there are a few other important areas in terms of verticals where we want to be super specialized. We've grown over many segments in terms of service lines and capabilities, but our key focus verticals continue to be the secured government services in UK. It's a business that has been really strong, very sticky. We have continued to win and be a dominant player in that market. We now look at doubling down our investment in that particular area and continue to expand our business with the secured government services and helping the government in UK as well as the healthcare in UK to also modernize themselves with AI and the various new technologies that are coming forward. The second key vertical for us is healthcare. Globally, across UK, Europe, across North America, and across APAC and Middle East, we have a phenomenal presence in healthcare, more than 100 plus customers, mid to large customers that we have in healthcare. And we continue to focus on healthcare as a key vertical segment, especially our North America business, which has been growing phenomenally. We've been investing in that business also quite heavily, sees a large portion of its growth coming out of healthcare as an industry vertical. Healthcare combined with our capabilities in data and AI and other service lines is going to be an important play for us as we move forward into this year and in the years coming forward in the near future. From capability point of view, like I said, data and AI, we recently acquired a data company also, which gives us a good pipeline of building services company. And as we take the industry towards AI, as AI becomes the end goal, having a strong data organization and a data pipeline will become a key part of the requirement that everybody will have. And helping our customers really leverage the data that they have is going to be a key part of the offering that we want to offer to our customers. Along with data and AI, Oracle services continues to be a key part of our business. It has been a service line that has consistently grown over the last few years. We continue to be a dominant player as far as the cloud applications business of Oracle is concerned. And even the Oracle business is focused around healthcare and manufacturing as its key verticals. And we continue to see tremendous growth globally in the Oracle service line. Salesforce is our last and fifth priority area that we continue to look at. We again grew and built the Salesforce practice inorganically, but now are really expanding that business to grow and cover across Mastek customers that we have globally. The business is very strong in the public sector as well as healthcare. Again, it aligns to our vertical focus of public sector, healthcare, and manufacturing. So the Salesforce business, which is the customer experience side of our business, continues to be our fifth pillar of focus. So data and AI, healthcare, public sector, Oracle and Salesforce. These are the top 5 strategic areas that we really want to focus, and trying to ride the AI wave across all of these areas and become a dominant player as the AI wave really hits the industry is going to be a key part of our strategy going forward. With that, we continue to see consistent growth year after year and quarter after quarter, and we look forward to your support and patronage in terms of helping us deliver values. Thank you again for supporting us, and with that, I hand it over back to Ashank. Ashank, you're on mute.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you, Umang. The notice of 42nd AGM and annual report has been with you for quite some time now. With your permission, I take AGM notice as read. The statutory auditor's report on standalone and consolidated account and report of the secretarial auditor do not contain any qualification or adverse remarks. Therefore, these reports are not required to be read out as provided in the Companies Act. Members may please note that all the resolutions mentioned in the notice have already been put on vote by you voting. Hence, there will not be any proposer and seconder requirement for showing of the hands. We now take up the resolutions as set forth in the said notice. Where a director is being recommended for reappointment, a brief profile of such director is also made available in the notice. Next year, an explanatory statement. Please also refer to the explanatory statement for each of the special business agenda item of the notice. We will open the floor for any questions by the members after all the resolutions as mentioned in the notice are briefly mentioned by me. I'll quickly mention them. There are 4 resolutions. First resolution is about adoption of audited standalone and consolidated accounts for FY 23-24, including cash flow and other statements. Item number 2, that is second resolution, is confirmation of the payment of interim dividend of rupees 7 per equity share, and also declaration of final dividend of rupees 12 per equity share for final financial year 23-24. The third resolution is reappointment of Mr. Ketan Mehta, non-executive, non-independent director, who is retiring by rotation. Number 4 is approval for reappointment of Mr. Rajiv Grover as an independent director of the company for the second term of 3 years up to January 27, 2028. And item number 5 is approvals for providing loans, investments, corporate guarantees by the company in excess of the limits prescribed under Companies Act 2013 up to 1250 crores, 1,250 crores. The text of all the above special business resolutions along with detailed statement is already provided in notice and circulated to all of you well in time and in line with our applicable regulations. So I now request Dinesh to open the floor and initiate Q&A. Sorry for the session.
So, dear members, before we go live with the question and answer session, here are some points you may keep in mind. Kindly turn on your video when you are projected on the broadcast screen. Unmute yourself and proceed to ask the question. Please mention your name, DPID, client ID, and the location from where you are joining. So, we have got request from one of the speaker, Mr. Dilip Kumar. If he is present, I'll request him to proceed with the question.
So Mr. Dilip is not connected in this meeting.
Okay. So let's move ahead.
So then I don't think we have received any request from anybody.
I see.
Now only one, sir, one question we have received in the chat box from Mr. Ramesh Gupta. Is asking, please specify the future growth perspective and effects of Federal Reserve reducing 50 basis point interest rate, basis point reduction. So, if
as I said, our future growth rate is, we do not give guidance as to specific numbers. I would only repeat that we are targeting to reach 1 billion in the second half of this of the coming decade, sorry. And we would like to remain to be growing faster than industry and amongst top 3 in mid-cap players. I think that is our journey that we are planning. So that is what I would like to talk specifically about numbers. Regarding the Fed thing, I think it's good to the extent to us, to the extent that it shows that now interest rates will go down in US, which accounts for, of course, 35% of our revenue. And that interest reduction would obviously impact in terms of higher profitability, higher cash flows available to all our customers. And if that happens, some of that spend will come to IT industry. So I'm positively looking at that in terms of Fed's reduction, and I think that is going to continue. This is the first step, as you know, in last 4 years. People are expecting another 25 BPS kind of step downs over next 3 or 4 meetings. So I see all this as a positive in terms of the industry profitability, which is shown in, as you know, the Dow Jones and Mastek index last night. It has also shown a positive trend. So I look at it all positively in terms of Fed's approach. And it shows that confidence also that inflation is coming down, which is a fact. They will hit 2% hopefully very soon. But that also is a good sign because, again, it shows stability in the economy of US. And that in turn translates obviously into the other countries where we operate. And hopefully we are looking for positive signals from there. I hope that answers your question.
we have one in chatbot, Mr. Arun Kumar Modi, if he's present, he's have something about accounts to ask. If he's present, NSDL team, if you can help.
Sir, he has joined in the webcast.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yes,
So, sir, that's all. Yeah, sorry.
Not joined. Oh, I see.
So, sir, that's all for the questions and this thing, and I'll request chairman to now take over to conclude the things.
Okay. Before I announce the closure of the meeting, there are a few important points for me to mention. Members may note that e-voting on the NSDL platform will continue to be available for 15 minutes after conclusion of this meeting. So please vote your vote in this through e-voting. So the members who have not yet cast the votes are requested to do so. Board of Directors have appointed P. Mehta and Associates, represented by Prashant Mehta, practicing company secretary, as a scrutinizer to supervise the e-voting process. Further, I hereby authorize Mr. Dinesh Kalani, Senior Vice President, Group Company Secretary, to declare the results of the voting and place the results on the website of the company and NSDL at the earliest after the announcement to the exchange. The resolutions as set forth in the notice shall be deemed to be passed today, subject to the receipt of the requisite number of votes. I wish to express our gratitude to the state and central government, customers, lenders, and shareholders for their consistent and resolute support. I also wish to appreciate my colleagues on the board for their support for strategic initiative of the company. And I am also thankful to our world-class Mastekiers, as we call them, who continue, that is our employees, who continue to create immense value creation and give their best to the company and client. And lastly, I am grateful to all our members who have taken time for this meeting and wish each of our members a safer and peaceful life full of happiness. I declare the AGM proceedings as closed.